Yeah, they try to get the hand, but you know it's still working. Feel me? Still got it. Still operating. Dig little shit. Oops. Oh, got him. Excuse me. Nah, I mean he's trying to get all angles. All right, so I was talking about the human body being a space suit in itself. You feel me? And I said the Earth itself is a suit itself. So if the human body is a suit, then what is inside that suit itself? Feel me? If the Earth is a suit, like I'm talking about like a space suit. You know how you see the space suit with the big head and the body and everything else, and you have things connected to it. Feel me? And usually when the people from the space suit come out that engine, they always have something connected back to them to bring them back into the space suit and everything else. But these are the early forms of space suit. In the future, we wouldn't need nothing connecting back to us. We can actually have the engine where it's created where we can actually move freely in space. A person would just wear a suit and just move freely in space, walk back into the little cargo plane without having to be floating around and moving sideways like nah, that's because the technology is not there where it needs to be. But in the future, I know we're gonna get there. But as you can see, God has already created a suit for the human body, which is the suit, and the earth itself is a suit. So what is inside that suit is a soul. You feel me? It's a soul that lives within these human. I have a soul within me. The other person have a soul. The earth itself is a soul, and each other planet are souls itself. You feel me? Some of these souls are all part of a big DNA, and some of these planets that you see, like Mars, Venus, and everything else, are not activated. It's not activated. That's why you don't see nothing living on these things. The only one that's activated right now is the sun, the moon, and Earth itself. These are the activation of it. You feel me? This is what's working right now. Maybe they probably activated in a different form of way. Like Jupiter is operating. You feel me? Something is operating. Something is going on. These are all suits that's holding a soul that has a function and a purpose that is working on. You feel me? I like to dive into different topics. I don't want to I like to talk about different topics and everything else like that. So I could just, move away from one topic too much. I try to give these narcissists a break sometime. You feel me? You gotta give these niggas a break, man. Gots to. Sometimes you expose them, and then you give them a break and you come back at them again. So right now I'm talking about the human body being a suit to operate in this world. When you see a bird is also a soul. It has a suit that is operating around. You see these animals, you see the trees and everything. These are all what do you call it? Suits that these plants are wearing. Because it doesn't make sense that a sperm or a seed can grow into something like this. You feel me? It just doesn't make sense. Like a seed is so small that even if you cut it, you cannot see no tree in it. It grows into the tree. A sperm, a semen, which holds sperms, is so small. It's like there's no way a human being can grow out of something like this. So which meaning that the spirit has always been here already. What it does is that the suit has to grow into the shape of the spirit, or the spirit just gets into the shape of the suit that has already been made to grow the way it's growing. You understand what I'm saying? You dig? You feel me? Because it does not make sense how things grow. It just don't make sense. If you take a look at it, you're like, how can something so little become so huge? Like a human being or certain trees just keep growing. You feel me? There's no reason why a seed so little. I can cut the seed and I still wouldn't see a tree in there. Which meaning that tree, that the suit that you see that's growing, it's already been grown. It's already there already. The only thing that it's doing is that the seed reveals something that is already there. You feel me? So the suit is revealing the spirit that is already there, and the spirit gets to live in that suit that is already growing. You understand what I'm saying? So I've been here already. Like, I'm a spirit that has already been here already. And it wouldn't be fair to me. And as a matter of fact, this computer, the human body, cannot, it's not fair for me to remember every life that I've lived on this earth, of the spirit of me, to put it into one engine of the human body. It will drive me crazy. That's why when I come back into another form or another human body, I come with a clean slate. I cannot learn what I've learned 5 million years ago and try to bring it here. It's not going to work the same way. I am experiencing myself in so many different forms. You feel me? That's why every other animal, including us, even the trees itself, have a nervous system. There's a system that they operate by, which make them experience these things in their life. Hold on, let me see what time it is. I'm about to do my round, then I'm done. You feel me? This is why there's a feel, there's an experience for it. The experience is what makes you alive. Feel me? That's why we build the way we build. This is why even dirt is not dirt. You feel me? Everything else is operating and feeding up for each other because there's a system in place. It's like there's like a motion, a movement, things working together to create an objective. You feel me? The body, the body itself. You feel me? If it wasn't what I'm saying, that the body is not a suit, then the spirit, we wouldn't need to have a woman to create a body for us. We wouldn't need it. Then Adam and Eve, I said Adam and Eve, the situation with Jesus Christ itself, when Christ came into this earth, then why will Jesus come through a womb? It doesn't make sense for Jesus Christ to come through a womb when he is the Son of God and he was doing all these miracles. You feel me? He proved that he was the Son of God. You feel me? He wouldn't have to do these things. The reason why he wouldn't have to do these things because he's the Son of God, but yet he had to go through this process. Even God followed his own process and his own rules. You feel me? Even God wanted to experience something that we are experiencing. This life right here is a luxury. That's why the devil was so fucking mad at us. That's why he refused to bow down to us. It was bitterness. That nigga was bitter. He was like, fuck, how the fuck they get to experience that shit? Huh? God said, yo, bow down to these niggas, man. Can't you see this is one of my greatest work? Bow your heads. The devil was like, hell no. His name was Lucifer. We know a few Lucifers out here. He was like, nah, I can't bow down to these Negroes. It's like, God was like, yo, this like, you got to take command and orders from them. You got to bow down to them. He's like, nah. I'm mad fat. I'm going to go against you. You feel me? Can you believe it? Ooh, she all love me. Can you believe the fact? You have to understand the significance of that story itself. That somebody who was the brightest of them all had everything that God can ever give him. All the angels fall to him. He had... Let it pass. You already hear you niggas coming. Let it pass. Anyway, he had all the intelligence of singing. He had everything at his grab. He had a beauty. Everything was given to him. But it wasn't enough. Can you imagine a person who's so beautiful, who can sing, who had art, who can articulate, who had intelligence? He had everything that was everything that you can ask for in this lifetime he already had in his grips. You feel me? He sung for the whole heavens and yet was jealous of us humans. That's why I'm telling you, like, yo, it wasn't the fact that it was because of the human and everything. It was the fact that a human that was created had a chance to experience something that he couldn't experience. You feel me? It's like a man who has a son, right? And let's just say his son's name is Lucifer, right? And instead of Lucifer being the next person to co-create in the company that man who is God has created, he decided to choose somebody else. And this is why Lucifer was jealous. Lucifer was jealous because human was co-creating with God itself. We are co-creators of our own existence. And Lucifer was mad because he was like, I want to be a co-creator too. I want to be a partner of you, God. You feel me? God was like, yeah, I done gave you everything. Like, my nigga, what else do you want? You feel me? He's like, you know what? I want to defeat you now. I'm going to take over this shit, and I'll make sure that they don't ever, never become co-creator of you. You feel me? He was just jealous of us. You feel me? You have to understand that this life is a privilege. This life is a luxury itself. You feel me? People take it for granted and move in cowardly ways and do cowardly things with their narcissistic view. They're mentally ill. Even when they tell them this is what they're doing, they can't stop themselves from doing these things because they don't understand the reason why they're here. They don't even understand that they are a soul that's wearing a suit, which is a human body, and they have the best view of any soul in the world. There's demons out there that's jealous of the experience that you're having right now. That's the reason why it's their job to trick you out of your position. This is the reason why they work so hard to trick you out your position, because it's a demonic behavior. Even a demon doesn't even know why they're doing the things that they do. Just like you're a soul and you don't know and you don't even know that you're a soul because you're just living an experience. So your job itself is to experience life at its fullest capacity. It's to enjoy yourself to its fullest capacity. It's not to step on somebody else to make yourself feel better, but it's to find true happiness. Remember, you are pure. You are a pure individual. You are pure. When they call it Holy Spirit, it's just pure energy. Holy is pure. Spirit is energy. So it's pure energy. You feel me? No compromising who you are. You don't have to step on somebody else to feel like you're better than somebody else. You have to live in your purest form. This is what the human experience is supposed to be about. You feel me? Living a pure life. Experiencing life in its purest form. This is why the devil tries so hard to try to trick you to live opposite of what you're supposed to be. You understand? You are a suit, but yet don't think of it as a human suit. Remember, when God brushed shoulders with you, it's like you brushing shoulders with greatness. You become great automatically. So anything else God has touched and created has its greatness in it. You feel me? Think of it like that. If I was the greatest person in the world and you come and touch my cloth, even when Jesus' cloth was touched, the lady got healed right away. So that tells you everything about God is alive. You feel me? This shit ain't made up, nigga. You feel me? You have to understand the power that's in it in itself. Like, it's crazy when I think about it. In my mind, it's crazy. I'm like, damn, this man is powerful. Like, you feel me? Even when if God was to sneeze right now, he would make a whole universe out of his snots. You feel me? Fuck, nigga. You feel me? If God was to fart right now, a whole universe, a life force will come out of his ass, like that, and it will be a blessing for you, nigga. Like, if God smacked the shit out of you, nigga, that's a blessing. Like, you should be thankful. You feel me? That's what I'm saying to y'all niggas, you know what I mean? So the fact that he created a suit, which is a human body, when he touched the clay automatically became alive and has been reproducing itself. And has been reproducing itself for a very long. When Adam was first created, out of Adam's womb, he made another person. So that in itself tells you that a man has been recreating himself. A man recreated himself. That's what they call a woman or a female. You feel me? Because it came out of a man from the first creation of God itself. So even God creation creates itself, because God is limitless. He's unlimited, whatever. He's beyond our thought of thinking. He's like, there's no end to him. So when he creates something, whatever he creates can continue to create over and over and over and over and over. You understand what I'm saying? You feel me? It's the endless form of creation in itself. So you have to operate. When you know better, you do better. You feel me? Like, it's just like when you get the information in your mind and everything else, it's very hard for you to go against something that you know. It's like hurt peoples. If you knew better, you do better. You feel me? It's like you do the things that you are. So if you're a person that make noise and disturb others, that's because your mind is disturbed. That's because you hurt. You want to hurt other people, and that's what makes you feel good, because you don't know how to feel good on your own without having to hurt somebody else for you to feel good. You see, you mentally deficient. Like there's something. It's supposed to be H2O. Your shit is just HO. Like there's something missing. It's a screw. There's something missing. Like it's like you don't have God in you, so you operate in this kind of terroring. You feel me? Terrorin, whatever they call it. You feel me? You operate in this form because there's something lacking in you. You have that jealousy syndrome that Lucifer first had in the beginning. It's like you saw greatness and you couldn't even accept it because you separated yourself from what it was. You feel me? Lucifer just couldn't accept it. Like he's like, damn, I've always been. This is what happens when people have always been in a position of leadership, and sometimes they see themselves always in that position. They become so used to being in that position that they can't humble themselves for somebody else to step into another, for them to show gratitude to somebody else who is also coming into a position that they are. Because there's that jealousy factor. It's like that first son who has had their mother's attention over and over and over and over. Then a newborn baby comes in and they start getting jealous. You gotta be careful of those things because there's been study have shown that the little kid will kill the little brother if you're not around. I swear, not just the little brother or little sister will kill a younger baby because they feel like this baby's about to take all my attention because they see their parents pulling more attention to that. You leave the baby in the crib, and the little child can come around and do something to the little one. So that's why parents always keep an eye on the infant because the infant is not grown enough to defend himself. You feel me? That's why sibling wars is so crazy like that. You feel me? It starts from birth. The devil comes in and try to just. It's constant. It's still operating off that jealousy. It hasn't got off that jealousness because it's something that is like when you get into a behavior, it's something that replays itself over and over and over and over. It's a bad habit. Bad habits are hard to kick. Even Lucifer hasn't kicked off that habit yet. You feel me? The shit becomes addictive. You feel me? It becomes addictive. You feel me? Just like when you do right sometimes, it's like it becomes a badge of honor for you to keep that faith going. Because when you do the other side, it's also a badge of honor to be who you are. But in a way, it becomes addictive because you can't even stop it from going forward. It's an addiction in a good and a bad way. One is you have a badge of honor to want to do good, and the other one is a badge of honor where you can't stop yourself from doing bad. Addiction operating in both ends. You feel me? You have to understand what's going on out here. So the human body is a spacesuit for the soul of the human, which is the same soul that Adam operated on. And the soul that was breathed into Adam has recreated itself into what I am today and what everybody else is in the world that you see today. It came in different forms and formats. It came in black, it came in white, it came in gray, it came in blue, yellow, and everything else in between. That soul is recreating itself in an endless form of motion, and it's experiencing every motion there is. You feel me? And the jealousy and everything else that the devil, which is Lucifer at that point in time, has also played. It's a plague. That's why when they cast them out, they came into this earth and contaminated the atmosphere of the earth itself. You feel me? It's a plague of a world that was once pure. But the jealousiness changed the atmosphere of the world itself. So when God created the man, the world was already here. Because remember, the fighting of Lucifer and God was something that already happened. Or was it? No, it was something before that happened. But when he put, let me get that. Yeah. But when he put man and everything else into it, when he brought them into this world and everything else, it had a atmosphere of something that was plague already. You feel me? That's why you need this suit to be in this atmosphere and to be in this temperature or whatever they call it of uncertainty. You feel me? I know these niggas want to blow the smoke in your face and make you. They want you to smoke so bad. They just can't accept the fact that I quit smoking on my own. It's not me. It's the almighty will to want to do something. You have to want to do it. You feel me? So the human body is a suit, man. So you gotta treat it as such. You feel me? Remember, this is the only suit that you have that's holding your soul at this moment in time. Treat it with respect. You feel me? You know what I mean? carry yourself accordingly. But remember that there's something greater in you that there is out. That's greater is He that's in me than there is out in this world itself. So people can try to beat you like Christ. You see how He was beaten on the cross and everything else. But your soul is much greater than the suit itself that you're wearing. You are more than the body that you have on you. That's one thing you need to understand. Anyway, I'm going in. Let me get out of here. One.